papa na deji mu akotempi ene se domkuma ya womo ewo emrase bedwafie ekire se sede amanya bo ne trim ese womo a ye bo womo free America ye baji womo wo ikurum ha no womo ebo anwuso kra
Yedo beko adishano womo ewo asojamai womo asye poye mantem DC ye ho no mo kiremu a enioma de wo ba beye bi papa school sakwan ene nioma hodo bi woni aban eba beye no wode ni nyina atodwa ene
abaya na musini ya wowo twifo atimokwa ede ato aposifo anim se wo sere mo ada ne mpeso ano so adobafo ha dwen papa ntomo hwe na omnu omni papa
Yedo beko chamale na adishano mo ebi ewo hodo mo kiremu womo ya nursefo womo ayedwuma bosure makomako enwotwe ene akire nie womo aketua emaye aban emomodia entia womo ka
abarane nsam wom enafe anigede ka ho yabo wani nyina no edi ba besom we aseda magosem travel and to afi Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship Hola Xavier Heba Center afi Eden Hills Residential Service na afi ena gado nyina ka ho bi ena omobo ya tidomu a enwrei yade nsami ba besom wakenkafo yemienu me omahene Kofi Asempa mene
na nekua Acheba achebuso ebetwa ye ho akwaba ye ba ensam no nchiremu ankasa ye de besumo ko Facebook na hweye ewo honom Great Commission TV GH YouTube so ye demo a ubenya bi ahweye ye ba sisia so na yemu akwa bafe ye Africa se no enchemu ase ye do ekọ Ghana Police Service na ene womo eyesem twefo ehyiemu Director General Edema Criminal Investigation Department CID na so ye no eye Lydia Nyakodonko ono na ene ye ebo amanie wosi beye busumi ensia enie ene omo wo hono ma wo bete yesio bank we nkofo bi akoto ahye wo so yaje wo sika ene wo bete ebi ewo ahafo atoye mantem efifini mantem epoye mantem ni asante mantem ose mantem ahodo enumi saa kro no boy ekoso na wo mudi wo mani edi akire ewa beku police for a patrol no wo mu hunu se nkofo makomako dunum 15 ene ne wo mo edi sa dwumai wo mu frase se wo mo so ene wo mo de bebo ani wasi emu miensa de abra wo mo kohia wo mo no ewo abeku a na kro no boy koso wo mo ne aposifo etu atoto emu miensa de kana na wo mo hwere wo mo enkwa mienu nso de wo mo de wo mo akanwura besi ne yenya enche wo mo emu du nyame adom wo mo ensa so wo mo paachi na de wo ka nyina ne se yade asese wo ma fato wo mo ho so se kro no bo ene bone ekoso ewo man Ghana mu no aposifo nso bebo mode atu wo mo so sa enti no wo mo hwe yie papa paadwumaye na kro no emfa mfaso emfa emra aposifo ensa so mu a waso ebeye hye yenkonkotie mu Lydia donko ne sema ene wode to Ghana adehye enim
Martin Akansina respectively. The team proceeded to Esiofua, where suspect Kweku Pepra alias X5, who engaged in a shootout with the police, got shot. A Bruni pistol loaded with 4 rounds of ammunition was retrieved from him. Another team proceeded to Esireso Living Waters and arrested suspect Kwejo Atingao, 35 years, a drinking spot operator, and retrieved 1 single barrel gun and 1 AAA cartridge from him. The team then went to Apromase near Oduom to arrest suspect Kwabna Uswansa alias Kobi, but met his absence. His red Toyota Corolla number GR 607618 and black Suzuki motorbike number M25AS 9360 were impounded for investigation. On 19 September 2025, acting upon information that the pump action gun robbed at St. Martin de Porres Cooperative Credit Union at Atonsu, Monaco on 14 September 2025 was in the custody of suspect Natibongo, who lived at Pechi and Obuasi. A team moved to the location before his arrest. However, the suspect got shot during an exchange of fire with the police. 2 pump action guns numbers ASAX 10158-2020, which was robbed at St. Martin de Porres, and ASAQ 936723 with 31 rounds of AAA ammunition and 1 M&P pistol loaded with 4 rounds of 9mm ammunition were retrieved from him. The team further proceeded to Boho near Kronum and arrested suspect Samuel Akwesi Apia alias Akwesman, 37 years, a trotro driver, and Yao Frimpong alias Nanayao alias Mystical, 32 years, an apprentice from their hideouts. A black unregistered Toyota Voxy vehicle was retrieved from suspect Samuel Akwesi Apia alias Akwesman. Suspect Kweku Pepra alias X5, Natibongo and Bozin Akwesi Apia, who engaged police in a shootout during the operation, were shot and died while receiving medical attention. The bodies have been deposited at the morgue for preservation and autopsy. From investigation conducted so far, I can report that some of the suspects, upon interrogation, have confessed to their involvement in the robberies. In addition, investigation has been able to confirm that some of the suspects were present at the various crime scenes around the time these robberies occurred. Also, during an identification parade, some of the suspects were positively identified by some victims of the robbery. Additionally, some of the exhibits, including the AK-47 rifles, some of the pump action guns, and mobile phones, have also been positively identified. Investigation is still ongoing. All the suspects are in custody and will be put before court while efforts are intensified to get those at large arrested. Respectively.
Na abra na womo kasano na openia bano foreign affairs committee here wo mrate bedwafia wono na ranking member edima ekuno ayerunyamfo Samuel Abu Jinapo wono gina edonkuma na namu kasa ye nyina ne se wo hwe na nsantam America man no acha asese opampa nkrofo de afiri ekuru mu na sa nkrofo ya ye pampam dodo na afiri abibirem ha se bitre Africa ha se ya na Ghana ye na adwe se sa nkrofo ye pampam ye baji wo mu na wo mo hwe wo mo krata semu na se bia nkoyi a wo mo asan akọwunti ba bi mfiri ba ye no ana do kuma yi tese da bi afai wo mo jitu a enye yi kurata se abanda da na preso no ekoba sa e mo mpidi ahon krata semu nyina ko dum ase beja fie na nso obi antimi ensan anye ntum entaye dan na abanwe aba wono do so oba beja tum wo mo jitu a enye yi de bia da san se nyema ekoto no mo hwe na etimi ba mu a ahra emwaye enti sesi yi aban ene so afọ hwe amano ntem so o man kan ne mamom na se wo mo obi a e wo so mo kan obomda na o meka mfa ho.
Ghana's diplomacy under successive administration has been guided by the principles of non-alignment, mutual respect, and peaceful coexistence. This enduring posture has enabled successive governments to engage credibly with all sides in situations of conflict, while preserving Ghana's role as a respected and impartial voice of peace, dialogue, and rule of law. By describing the events in Gaza in absolute terms and aligning the country explicitly with one side in a highly polarized conflict, the government risks compromising the delicate balance that has long safeguarded Ghana's credibility as an impartial actor on the international stage. Our tradition has been to call for peace, dialogue, and adherence to international law without issuing declarations that may prejudice our ability to play a mediating or bridge-building role. Successive governments have, over decades, interpreted and applied these principles by maintaining a posture of independence and impartiality in international conflicts. It is therefore crucial, ladies and gentlemen of the press, that in responding to this conflict, Ghana's official statements continue along this tradition, speaking clearly to the need for peace, the protection of civilians, and adherence to international law, by doing so in a manner that avoids the perception of taking sides in a very deeply divisive conflict. The Minority Caucus wishes to emphasize that Ghana's enduring strength in international relations has always come from its ability to maintain independence, neutrality, and credibility, even when global powers have sought to draw us into their competing blocs. Departures from this tradition, if not checked, could diminish our moral authority on the international stage and compromise our wider national interests. We therefore call on the government to exercise caution and be consistent in articulating Ghana's foreign policy positions, particularly on sensitive international conflicts, such as the Gaza conflict. The government must ensure that Ghana's position reflects our long-standing commitment to non-alignment, multilateralism, and principled diplomacy.
Ghana Railways Development Authority, Frederick Apple, Wakasa ene wode atuja September impakadan ye training kwanya edaho no mono. Na sentemu no na womo enye adwuma ewo honom. Wosi ketekei na womo apake ni nyina ne se. Adehye no mo ebi na ensase a eye womo de akora no na womo efum. Ebi de odi si dan, de odi container esi honom aton ade ene enyema bi eba no se akade ne akode so no womo de beye adwuma no so na womo enya bi entie honom de na adwuma enkoso gidigidi ewo ehonom nyame adom wo kire mo sese bibibia ededa na kwemu enti efi October bosum ye besimu ya ne da edikan won be frase ewo honom wo sese yi ede keteke no wo mo ba be ye adwuma pa na wo matimi aboa wo se abra na wo mo ye adwuma no na eboa emadwadifo ene adetonfo ho heha wo mo pa esanse station wonom kora no na bi mu didwa wo honom obi nso kofa ne nuoma na se onya keteke yi bifo a na ne bo no ewo form ni nyina no ebeboa enti wo mo hwe ne mu se 1st October de wo be frase aye adwuma eba ne mpakadan ene chema eye train line na eda honom no eno.
The trains are ready and capable of running the lines. At the moment, we are going to run the trains 1st of October. We are going to do so jointly with our brothers and sisters in Ayalolo buses. So for every station, you are going to have 2 Ayalolo buses waiting for you and 2 GPRTU vehicles, as well as boat and Uber services as well, waiting for you to provide you a second degree of freedom to take you from your station to your home. So we are going to provide literally a door-to-door service on the line. Equally important is also to let the public know that yes, we are not just going to operate a railway station, we are going to operate a microeconomic corridors. So for every station, we are encouraging the general public, of which we've advertised already in the daily graphic, for people to also come in and ask for leases to sell food products, open smaller shops within our stations, as well as mobile money vendors, so that they can open small economic corridors along the stations. So we are encouraging general public to come as to partake in this. I am very optimistic that yes, the mobilization is ongoing at the moment, and we'll be running the trains on 1st October from Afenya to Temahabo and from Afenya to Adom.
I was going to answer so na yemfapi enka ho na MPP amanyukoi eti wo ho egu emonten so no adaye ne se wo mo ye yetre kakra na wo mo de akyere aban yi sanse wo mo kyere se de aban yi esi eba ya ase wo hu na emu mpanifo no eha wo mo pa na so mo ye ho yetre e de nkrata se mo e wo mu nyina ekokoma aposifo e de bi ekọ abankese mu na enumo e na communication team member edema NDC amanyukoi Hamza Swini ebomu amane no wokyerese yi na atwumsempa na MPP amanyukoi omoye ne seyi sanse wo man ya yetimwen se bibia bekoso a eya na de sefata ebe ma man nkyekere yetimi akọ nanim no eno nko ane ade a yehwehwe na nso so wo hwe de MPP amanyukoi omo eye yeyi a kana ese wo mo de peseminkunya edwumadie na omo kokodi ye sanse womo demonstration ya womo ye se wo de okaka woni party nsem ahodo a womo de etudwa no e kama se de behia womo nko a na womo de tudwa nti a womo ye ho sa demonstration no na mum de beboa ama o man nkyekere yetimi akona nimu pa no eno de mfa womo ho se ko basa ban ye bibia e beboa ama o man akona nimu pa no mo so de tia wo hwe demonstration ko ye yi a e se da anya akono demonstration ntumi ase ko bi hu bibia de ko so e pese nkunya MPP before womo edenati no.
So, it does not mean that they are not excesses. For example, I have condemned the attitude of policemen being in hooded, whatever they call it, jumping over walls, trying to arrest people. I don't think that it is something we must countenance in this country. And I've made that point clear. And I called out their Inspector General of Police to at least refine that particular activity when it comes to arrest of suspects. In line with the government's reset agenda. And that is the difference between us and the New Patriotic Party.
Right.
That point needs to be made. Now, as for the state institutions, we would not interfere when it comes to their functions. We will not. Representative Mahama, I know, will not constitute himself to a clearing agent even before the CID comes out with a report on suspected criminality of his appointees. He rushes into the media to clear them. Like we saw under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa for and Dr. Mahmoud Obama. We will not do that. But you see, you need to understand that what happened yesterday was not a demonstration sincerely organized to expand the frontiers of our democracy. Absolutely not. It was simply intended to open the frontiers or an avenue for Salam Mustafa to launch his bid for national organizer of the New Patriotic Party. He was testing the waters.
Really?
Absolutely.
So he was testing his own...
To strategically position himself for his unhealthy appetite for national organizer position. Because do so.
Hebusia yen free hono na yen ko chamale eno ewo etifido mantem. Ene anasifo bia ewo hono mo ede wo nsem ato aban enim. Wo mo echemu a 2024 emu ena wo mo nya ntie sesese no yafo wo madwuma entini wo mo meboa ewo abra wo mo ehwe agenkwa omaiga na yi emu. Wo mbe wura mu ene ebosumi ba komienu bi de etuaye. Nanso ye ba ni mu yi abosumi makobako enwotwe ne akire wo maketua na akwakoye boache bidin wo mo so wo mo wo hono ma na empo aban dada ye bo modin aka se wo mo entwotworo wo mo din wo mo nioma bia ebeboa me yetimi atua wo mo ka wo mo nyina ede koye enkwawie akire no ebi mu de etua wo mo ka nanso wo mo ede yi de wo mo boro ahe wo mo sika no besi nei wo mo enya entidi wo mo ka nyina ne se aban ye ni manimu ya wo mo ni mu sesa ankrata no eda so ewo hono ma edi adanse pefe se aban dada no na wode wo mo ka enti wo be se de aban ye nto aso no wono so momodin a wo mo sika bi akemu bia no won fa ma wo mo esan se enema nkoye obi kire mo ba bia wote kura no yetu no obi so wo hono mo akwaje bosia no wode ko school nki wo wie obetimi de atete ne ho ka na so besi ne no wada so edeka eka emmene mu wo mo papa nti aban no enema nimu ya wo momodin a na wo mo sika bi akemu no wontua emfama wo mo.
Not receive any payments from the government. And they are telling us that our clearance has been expired, whereby some of our colleagues have received their salaries. So why is it that we all entered in the portal with them at the same time, but they were able to receive their salaries? Why is it that their clearance didn't expire and ours has been expired, which is not understandable? We are not getting the what they are trying to tell us. There's no sense in it. We are more than 7,000 nurses who have not been paid. Yes. The minister said they paid 6,000 or so. He was mentioning some figures, which is not right, which is not true. Because if we even compare the number of nurses who have been paid, I'm not sure they are up to the 6,000 he mentioned. So imagine, 7,000 nurses are out there. Some are having families. Some are having kids. Some are dependent. Some borrowed money to come and rent. And up to date, they are not receiving salaries. So imagine if your brother or your sister is in such a situation, how will you feel? How will you feel about it? So please.
The country expects so much from nurses. We have been in the news for the wrong reasons. And at the hindsight of so many people, they don't know that most of us are working without salaries. We want this to end as soon as possible. We expect our salaries to be paid now. In fact, now. We don't want the incessant delays from the government. They have given us a range of excuses from expired clearance to the unavailability of funds. But that doesn't make sense. We were cleared by the previous government, and there are documents to that effect. The hologram from the Ministry of Health captured most of our names. Those of us who in fact, over 15,000 of us were employed somewhere December 2024. And the government, through the health minister, Honorable Akando, has acknowledged that over 7,000 of us have received their salaries. But they are making a case, they want to make a case that the rest of us had our clearance expired. Meanwhile, we access the portal within the same period. So it doesn't make sense.
I've not received any payments.
I'm saying you call before Atimoko I won't free mancham no emu. Abana musini ya won persuade so erunyam for Isaac Yosen. Na what they are decided to oppose for year one persuade so any say was da womada. Na nsencham pa no ade baako a eku apasinya forudo pa eye de fe no overloading. E na afemirika tente. Se adabafo eba ne se wo mo fa nipa na omuhu se nipa na dooso pa e wo ne behwe omutumi se sanipa iti taroso dan se wo se wa amfro car kura na ahwe ya no wantumi anya car ne bia anko ntu be fro ne saa o ma se sanipa ya taroso saa enu nyina atie no mirika doba ni besan de akọ wo kwan so no ya na no wantene papa enu ti wo sra posifo se wo munyire wo ho na de mra ne se no wo mfa nto san se wo hwa ya kwan ne akwantin po so doba fo no do na wo ho no mu a o mu nimra so wo mo nam kwan so a wo just wo hunu hwe obi wo se kura driving school wo nko bida so hunu se na ntwe san body so wo se twoba obi do ha kudi saa de na nam kwan mu saa e hadwene en wo sere se omo de omo ye no anhwe yi a na omakuma de hye do posifo nyire wo ho pa na omutimi tetere wo
ya mekan prefo timu kwa akwan sem eda aban ya ba aye papa John Dramani Mahama edienim eda na koma so papa aban na fa kwan bia so se yebisisi akwan ye wotwufo timu kwa me no ka se ye wa akwan bia aban de abakra tema obohu dewro ma wa hoden wokakotofo nso ni bi na aban behwe se udi nkudimu a ye de ho adwuma ne de ama wo nti aban no bo no ho moden wa akwan so ya aban ye kwan no so no na ye ka se adabafo ye pamochew montomobo twufotimu kwa 6.5 kilometers a aban bai wa hwa ye go kota wo ye brono no ana anu ye ntwa akwan no na amanfo kasa se kwan ne ye ahwe na aban ntwa aban so twa ye nuanom a etwi pragia abobo ya taxi drivers private car owners America omo ko kwan so ye pa omo chawo ye sramo omo ko America omo nto omo bo ase hwe obi ankwa ho hia o me papa ba akon o kire ma de chicha bus o gina ne ba bi kaka motor rider overloading motor ne gini nsem o de akobo no papa no wenye ne ba bi ko ebusuan hwra de me fa akonya wezo ema ebusuafo ya akọ mesre ena mesa so nti miankasa matum botom sika MP ne Council of State boa me ya kwa Elmina kwa koto ya ahoma ye nuanom afarefo yi de atwi omo afidi omo de kwa eposo ye de bia kwa koto ye education junction ho mia megina wona ye de sa ahoma na to ye de aye rams ama manfo mu beduru ho a ometo abo ase no omu nim DC no mu di atem mpamcho ye yesa na emfa imputu edai emfa ma mesre ye nto ebo ase sa ahoma na ye de ato no me kase mpase me sha manfo bo se ye kwe nim no ye mpapa atobra wonye ne baabi ko former NDC constituency chairman ne junction no so ye de bi beto wo ba suite FM ha so a ye de bi beto mantem bia anuanom ekomirika ma ebro so ye de bi ko akoto mesre mo se nye America omo koma eboro so omo bubo nkrofo schoolfo amanfo ehwere omo nkwa ye mfa ahoma bia nto ba biara but de omo ye no ya ka mu ntie dia ye bobo moden benfo ye ntena se amanfo ehwere omo nkwa abra wakofa nsa wodi ne kofi anasa akora ko school anasa obi ko ne ba bia wakobo no da bi yeso ye bepa ko ye befa so a ye di bibi beto a wudu a ebe hyew kete se to buase ya mekan trufo timu kwa akwan nsem eda aban ya ba aye papa John Dramani Mahama egienim eda na koma so papa
Arishimamba hubetimi akọ Facebook na wahwe ewo hono my Great Commission TV GH ubenya bi na wahwe like comment na share na afoforo so enya bi ewo baby bia womo ewo na womo share yenko ensafoforo emu epoya mantemo hono mo na yeko eso jaman eye abato mpesua baako a ewo honom abanka chipeni ewo honom eye Honorable Godwin Bobo bi ene wakasa ene wodi atodwa se nyame adom se aban ebodin se bra na besi na namu a eyade aban no wode ni hawo ni nyina ede aso awo se empo no wokono oman anase empotema wokwakosom womo no bomodin ase womode womo suba oso beje womo so papa na watimi abo womo ewo empuntuo afam wose mampani ebo ni din se wono ene meye DCE ewo hono no na ne je ho esanse wo bababua na esojaman so etimi afa ne ntoma pa efra eti nyame adom woni aban no akabom sese ya mene wo ekase wo kiremu a chips compound wo babesi bi ewo Old Akrade eba no se eye 6 unit classroom block so wo babesi ewo South Century eba no se preschool complex so esikuma ehon so wo kwakosi bi wo konom ensua efadro bemu wo se wo ba ne mpesua ne so dia eni ebi mu kura no sese ya galam se ya sei ensua yi wo mo wakire wo mo papa wo mo enya binum ni nyina no mako 15 ena wo ba besie wo wienso a totobua ehon so wo beko honom na emposuku dan wakwakosi bi ewo honom enkrotu ahodo atwa ne ho ahia no wo se aban no ene na ekabom na enyuma womo etimi ayebi ewo honom ama empuntuo ne enkanko aba sojaman enti obi anka na koma entu ne yam esanse waba ne de na waba
project ekoso ebi sunu yewo procurement process no mu a was enche by first week of October contractors because site normal started the construction of chief compound and staff accommodation ewo Old Akrade similar facility ewo Yeniama Uba South Century yebenya a 6 unit classroom block with ancillary facilities ewo South Century ha uko asekuma yebenya my friend preschool complex because omo kindergarten for omo doors pa omo A and B kindergarten for doors so it means ebesi a preschool ebetini a containing nkra so various contractors because site normal status our project so October again first week about 15 boreholes mechanized boreholes yebesha say yetu ediama airmine for uko Totibua ombenya a brand new 3 units GHS block and staff accommodation need the kika hono uko Kudekope also benya a 3 unit GHS block and also first week October contracted because site normal status friends projects no I said that here packaging a next batch of about DC Jumadin and also me with the support of Obi Biara every party member party for crime can say so the be say be any the bread me kwame ntimi and to be idea be abra ni punu kwampunu sebi metu punu ne afri ho punu bi ani ho obi abetimi aba na yakabom so long as yakabom na yen seven oman no huduma pa ye ya enne be ma ya say tina power biom na me tina power bi bobobi onye DC forever ebedu obi so ama obi so abesum your friends oman no ana abesum mense asojaman anti the make share your party for no say nkabom yenka ehubom na bo share dia share Ghana for no yenta oman panyi achi yenta DC achi yenta ye MP achi na intimi serve asojaman yi na intimi deliver the necessary infrastructure omuhia na yesa project ekoso ebi sunu yewo procurement process no mu a was enche by first week of October contractors because site normal started the construction of chief compound and staff accommodation.
abusuafo ya mu bi akọ aba e de ba Pemsan Company Limited so edwumaku a wo Ghana ha wakofa eduro nwanwaso e de abadwa so a eduro no eye nwanwade akese eduro ni din ne Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsule eduro na ne mra na de agan no udnam na oti agan a eduro yi e na mebe kanfo de amagana ni bia na se bibini bia se obenya bie na won so anonom na etimi aboa no sa eduro nwanwaso a ye ka ho asemi Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and the capsules no eye eduro a ye adwuma wontini mu eduro uyo bia sabi o mema sem eda fom tinkeja bema ni ntimi man mu so kra bema ni ntimi mpega no ho uye bema sabi woni obehiem na sisia no waje mu a nso eduro ye kanfo de amawo eduro ye eduro a ebeboa ma wontini na timi asore gina so ebe mamoja de afusane wo bema no mu ama bema na timi asore gina so ye na watimi abo adwuma na ama o piafo obi bia sabi oni atenka so yo ba so ye bema wuhia eduro Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules anemna ne de agan ne bi kona koto binom watenka ayira na te kokra kona koto eduro ne bi nanom na bohu sabi eduro no esi ye adwuma sifa afei wuye ne to nchen sabi obi wo hono ma pichikom o how pa kese pa so yo ba na wo kom fitire na se wo menses na ma ebeyi a eduro ebeboa eye Semens Vital Herbal Mixture kona koto eduro ne binom be ma wo fichiko no bibia ye kama de amawo afei so wote yawo o fichiko mu a eduro ebeboa eye Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsule afei so obi won ma sabi wa ko jane nan no na moja di akire we oba na otisa de bia hu moja no tieniye pa se moja no ye gon bright red we no ka se bright red a na se do betimi abo ma moja ni nyina to atwa e de ama okra afei so obi so a sabi ne to ase twetwe no we ni kan se sciatica wo sciatica eduro betimi abo ama yawo ne twetwe na wo ni nyina etimi ate akokra no e ye agan Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules eduro no eye adwuma wontini mu na enuane no bi wo eduro wo mu a eboa pa ye fen nitric oxide say nitric oxide no wunya eba oni padua ma enti bi emu asi enti na akantare ba bebiem ba be hu ntini ama ntini metuna da wo module time de afusane usisi ena ya ye neurotransmitters a sonifree adwen no ho ena eba eno na se obi te yawa na se okọ pains bi mu a na sa neurotransmitter no etimi aba beboa ama pain na se yaw no etimi akofom edrei ewo nyane no bi wo mu a etimi release neurotransmitter ye fe no endorphin na sa endorphin ne ba se usisi ena yaw yaw na wote no ewo usisi mu no edrei eba be stop ni nyina yisu dopamine na be yi yaw ni nyina firi wo ko e de amount enti so sisi yo ya eduro wo so num e ya agan Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules eduro age award yenim de ye ka ho asem no 2022 best waist pain product of the year 2023 eduro age award e fasisi ya de ho 2024 ye sa hwe ni musa afie di anim nyina so ye be sa age award no wo ye bema na wo pese unyina so no gina so peme wabla obenu meduro no sima kakra bi ati a fe number no a egu screen ase no o fe number na ye be no be kasa kama ni ati se do be sia no meduro no na emi metumi aboa ama bibia ye kama ma o afa so ba bia be nya bia to no ye di egu screen so na emom tie ni ye pa se wo kumase ene ne pattern wo store wo pese o to bi ton a ba bia e di kan PFA pharmacy New Road Junction wana PFA pharmacy o stock kese a obenya be bi atu honum akwakoton afi Colinac ewo Ashtown oni Dani Herbal obi nyina wa Ashtown ko ho Fredimens eso okay o ono so be na obi ato afi so Sambora ewo Kadetia Gate 3 no opposite pe edroi edra e ba beboa eyi sa ho hawe nyina afi wa kwa ma o enti pe bi akiri kwan to agan a etrese ejan no pebito na enkotote e ma na so nya wa ho odin pepepe edama
wajibre na atwen ye kase no ekọ entemfofo emu yiremu ewo wasa amanfi west na empeswa ba ko ya ewo honom eye nyambe kire abato empeswa assembly member ya wo honom eyo nyamfo Thomas Ando abranko da yi ekwakotro BC so he no oboma no ho ba se wo bia obenya single number no obeboa wo na enioma ne akade ahodo aro be ko secondary school die watumi aye de ama okama wodi se ayoyo ama enkoda makoma be se du miensa ya wo nyina enya single numbers wabomoden ama wo trunk chobot na afi bua mu ade kakra se wo nye na wo mfa nkusuku na ntimi mu apa se de be ya wo made suemu nso wo ho ebetumi ahenhan wo mawfo agi nema yi ofew so de aseda de ma assembly member eno achi enkoda no so de anigie ekasa se de omusa aka nema yi wo mabomoden se wo mko secondary school so mayire ho na wo masua de ne nema ahodo a opani di ama wo mi atumi anya kwa
suku ya de ehia no doubt about that meka se wawofo ejawo eye womasua wo ma wo ko school a na so wawofo no kwa sebe enne wone wonom so ma wukura enam se ama onimdie ne ama nyansa no obetumi akọ anim itime de suku ya de ehia isanse me gina he enye school a nke me nyina ha ani ti de meka nya ne se awofo emoa na ye mani nyina no obetumi nya school enko woni bi kura taku simboa fabo oba no na so tumi kọ anim a ye sure se wonso so no odache no enye basasa ye sure se obebo abofra no na abofra no so wadi yie na bi so abeka wo eye wawofo no wo hwe as assemblyman na wo as a leader na ade ba kwa me de simani so eye me second time no ye ne se meboa ama homasua ade akonanim ani nti BC for mo exams no eye 2025 no bi shomu kwa me challenge omo se wa betumi yi singa na bia no meboa wabaso isanse me hu se suku ya de ehia ani nti se de be ya e mofra no so no ye be shomu kwan amada achen ye no no ma omo na be de ba be hia nan no nta me ya sade we no se de be ya e be competition ama omo going forward no obi abe kan ho se semitumi e pass enya singa number ona capital be de e be chama de nti me sure se we e motivation going forward no e betumi aboa ama homasua etumi akona nim
we will say thank you to him because as the saying goes, a leader is a candle that consumes itself to lighten out the way for others, and this activity symbolizes leadership, and God bless him for that. Some of our parents can't afford this, but with this help and support, our parents can also support us with the little thing they have so that we can further up our education. And we also promise that as we move forward, we will learn hard and achieve success, and we'll continue to gain a lot of awards as he has done for us. So we'll say thank you to him.
The kind meda honorable ase the odiama ye ni so pa the achedia odiama ye dana se if you say betimi aboa ye wo SS na scanning so a odema ye ni so beboa ma ya wo fu anya kakra atoto enyoma de amaya ma ye dia ko SS no na ye hye ne bo se ye kwa e besua de na ye nya grade papa na ya hye samabo ye ni de radia nya kese omo ekwa kese mfam no nya wodin amenti man foso no we bi da ma hon ewadi mo kese man na ye ka kire na de ewadi man ahodin o se na akudin tar no amwetu agina enyi sika no da ya ma ibi nso wa techi
nyame enhira orabo capital ewo ne nisuade hu a wanya so person de boa mufra ewo ne mpeso aso nyame enhira bebre de bia scanning fibia no on hye na nem no bo ho ema no na me koso asre esuafo ne se we enya de a ebe hye omunkran na omunko anim no omu yiro mu no musuade ensanye asuade ma afefo a omudi na chi na omuba se nyame ankasa nso enka omu ho omu nsuade omu yiro mu no musuade omu se adehia no bebo omu ewo nia omu eyemu
suku ya de ehia no doubt about that
Ewusiama yenko ensemfofro emu yedoko awahodo so ensemo emu Brazil mine mo na yeko na July boso ne da etoso aduonum yesa na empanifo chimo a summer holidays wo honom entine ne wo honom a na onana waba wo nchen na waba abesrawo and I'm so enti Emma Mami wenya fishia eduonum enkono 59 years what the Isabel the Andred na wono ne nana momienu e na eba ne nchen baako ewo emfie enkono e na baako so ewo emfie ba du baako e na wo mokọ ne nchen se de aye die afofide wo bi etukwan ne wakọ ne nana ho anasa ne nana ho akwakwaje na homi ne wo mo so bekọ akọje wo mo de ewo mo nana ho nom wo mo kopre mu ho nom a wo mo kire mu maami nso hunu wo mo anigye ene wo bo modin akope cake bi ono ankasa na yeye obeki wo fie ho nom kama enkoda yi ekokodi wie ya afei de wonya imfie enkono yi ewa na chesenioma enkoye waye mememre enna ebimo wo moti wo nom ebusa maami Isabel se na den ena ekoso ene wo kire mu so cake na me yeye ena me de ma wo mu me wie ye kura me kraman kura etimi edi cake bia wo mu konkosha akraman ne de na chese wawu wonso mo wo mu enkonkodwa ya sabia no de wonya emfie mako enkono no wono so kana na a doctor fo kire mu a wono so ato na nanom wonse do esanse wo mu hu ni se poison wo sa cake na wo mo edi ye no emu enam so mo ba fie ba be fa ye enka ye wo mo hwehwe hwehwe mu no na ampa wo mo kire mu se maami ya wuduro na wode egu cake yi emu de ema sa enkoda yi de wonya mfie du baako na de wo mo chemu ye de ma no no wo se woni enti ye fo so ne kakra bi na wodi ye enti wono de obuso wo gye na yarehwe nanso enkoro ne de wato na nanom wo ense do kraman nso ye bo modin akopapa ne hwe ye ampane ampa ne nua ene ampa no cake no na kyese awuduro ewom enam so ama eneyi me ne wo ekase ya posifo abomodin asomame epeche wo mo kire mu se wo meboa wo mo wo hwehwemu pa emu ezanse wankasa wo nana na ubetimi aye cake na udi eduro afra de ama ne dia ene wo mu ni se emu awrem kakra ebia wo ye wieye wo disi ho no mo na obi fa kire be ye dia wo mo entimi enkire enti wo mra na wo meboa wo mo ewo ehwehwemu me na okasa yi die eye mamme Isabel wo aposifo ensemu a wo bo wo mo ewo saa ansemu emu ehwehwemu
Absa ya ko anigide ensemu Kane peni kwanchefo ya na wada Ghana Tourism Authority ano ayowura kwasi ajiban Obama ne ya wo kire se wo hwe Ghana ye dwonto ahodo a yeto no a free high life edi wura mu gospel afi hip hop no mo na ade a ni nyina mu no wo mo a eye adwontofo yi kane de yi na sade wo mu si ehunu dwonto a na wo moto no no mu hunu ne sa ya yonkofa ene dada wo mu ntamu na nso so ne die wo mu hunu ne sa adwuma ena wo mo eye sanse wo hwe sade wo mo ye na ene ye si bibi de featuring wo be fo bi abeto dwom so a sikasem wo mu ne ade obi tumi twa dwon obeton de ama obi ni nyina akokọ edwadie ena wo mu die na dadafo a wo mo hye dwom to ase no wase nipa no benyini no na fe waye basa na unhu na babo se de asia ye ni nyina ya de ha dwon ye papa no ti no wo sra da se tourism ministry no moa se de be ya wo mu nyina betima aka wo nko abomu no mabo asa nipa nyina sanse wu ho no mo a wato dwom agye Ghana fo ani a so wi ase a wontimi entro dwom bi mu na wo hwe ne na ye mu na setran mu a na ye bi si basa de ye ne se yi a ebetimi ampoa pa ama dwom to ahodo a ye nwe mamu atimi agina na so ye papa na we so ne ebegina na ensem ahodo de be so mo nwumre yi se kase bonde de nyina eti asiaseda enkonfama go sem travel and tour afi Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship Hola Savior Herbal Center ka ho na afi Eden Hills Residential Service room nyaka ho bi na wo so ya sene sika fo manwumre yi yade ensemi ebesom wo mahene Kofi Asempa edimitin mene
na nekwia atreba atebusu ebedo wase papa pasa ojebre na utimi ehwe fidie mu hanso aseda enko emfama munyina yakram